What's up, everybody? This is John, Texas ATS Customs, and I'm going to be doing something new. It's a first for me, and that's make these small, tiny instructional videos covering some of the advanced techniques and things that I do to get the looks that I get in the game on these trucks. None of this is a secret. It's out there. Anybody can learn it. This is all self-taught with experience, time, and a whole lot of wasted hours and days combined in doing these types of things. So if that's what you're wanting to do, then it's easy to do. You just got to put the time in and you will get there. None of this is, like I said, is a secret, and I have no formal training. I've not been educated in graphics design or anything like that. Just self-taught, maybe with a tiny touch of creativity and raw talent, but other than that, that's all it is. And this will not be a video on how to get your skin into the game and not how to work ETS2 Studio or ATS2 Studio, with the exception that I may show a few things on how I get like my metallics into the game and the way I work this. Everybody's got their own way of doing things. I do realize that there is hundreds of ways to do it. Some are better, some are probably quicker, and like I said before, I don't know everything. I'm always learning. I'm still learning. I'm gonna always be learning. And almost 2 years into this, and I felt it was time to get this out here so that people can start making some really cool looking designs on their trucks, and they can do what I'm doing, because seeing other people do things inspires someone else to do bigger and better things, and you share the knowledge. So that's what I'm doing in a couple of these videos. I don't really think there's gonna be a whole lot of them, but who knows? Like I said, I'm always learning stuff, and as I learn it, I'll hand it off and y'all will know it too. So yeah, so with that being said, let's do the first thing that I do, and that first thing will be blending. Let's see. Blending's not hard. It's real easy to do. It's already in there, and a lot of people probably already know how to do it. It's basically just erasing and playing with the colors and things like that. So blending is to get, like, I call it blending. It's blending several pictures together to get one composite picture. And for this video, I'm not even going to bring a skin out to really show you that right now. I'm just going to show a picture, and we'll build it from that point on. Now, I already have 4 pictures picked up here that are similar. I have another video I will show you later on to where they don't have to be the same kind of pictures. They could actually be very different. The colors can be different. It can be something day and night, but there is a way to make those pictures match, and I'm gonna show you. And as you probably already see now, I use paint.net. I had Photoshop, used it for a while, did my best with it. I didn't like it, so I got rid of it. I went to paint.net, and I've been there ever since. I found it for me to be a whole lot easier, and yeah, and apparently I've been able to do a whole lot of stuff with it. So, and I've never tried GIMP, so I don't know all that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this picture done. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to make a bigger canvas. So make you a new one, and make it pretty big. There's as big as you need to make it for your purposes. Keep in mind, the bigger you make it, the more laggy it'll be on your computer, the more but just this is like a canvas is all this is. And you'll see later on when I do bring a skin into this, you'll see how I have to make it pretty big too for the skin. So just let's see. Alright, so you got your new canvas. This is what we're going to work with. I'm trying to erase it. There we go. I drag it all the way over here. That way I know that I'm always working with it. Okay, now I'm going to take a picture. Any of them will work, but pretty much whatever one you think is going to be the background picture, the main one. And I'm going to place it dead center, get it to the size you want. If you make skins, you already know that the bigger the picture, the bigger the resolution, the clearer the picture. So keep that in mind when stretching these things. All right, so put that in the center. Okay, I got this picture here because it just kind of matched it. The black and white kind of went with it. Just throw it all together. You'd be surprised at what you come up with when you do kind of piece these things together. Now, let's see. I'm gonna make that one a little bit smaller because I didn't think I made my canvas big enough. That's good enough. All right. Now I'm gonna take this picture and put it at the same height as that picture. Zoom in if you have to make sure that you line it up. There, that part matches. I think we got the bottom one dead on, I think. No, it might be off. Hold on. Yep, it's off by just a hair. And this doesn't have to be perfect. You see me doing this, making sure it's all lined up right in this one, but it doesn't have to be. Alright, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it dead center of what I think is the dead center of this picture, which is that cross right there. And if you see there's a little dot in the center of the cross, I'm just using that as my reference point. And put about halfway over that dot. There you go. Now, drag the left side out a little more, and then you'll drag the right back to the center because it came off. A little bit more. That's good enough. Now what you're going to do now is you're going to copy this layer right here, this picture that I'm on, the one with the clouds, which is the third layer, but I erased the background. The third layer. So you're going to copy it, make a new, paste it. You're going to go up here to image. You're going to flip it horizontally because what you're doing is making a mirror image of it. And I haven't found a way to do it actually within the thing here, so I do it that way. Like I said, I don't know everything. I'm still learning. Alright, so now we're going to piece this on the opposite side, covering it. I see a little bit of daylight behind it. That's going to have to be close enough. Perfect. Alright. So now we got that. See? Now we're going to actually merge the clouds together. You're done with those. Okay, that's one layer now. Now you're going to take that bottom layer, that main picture right here, and you're going to place it on top. Now Paint.net has an ability, you hit F4, a built-in tool. Hit F4, you'll bring up this layer properties menu, and you have all these different things that you can do to it. Multiply, additive, color burn, color dodge, reflect, you know, just all kinds of different things that you can do when you mess with it. That actually looks pretty cool. Lighten, that's kind of cool too. Darken, yep. Cool. Alright, but for this video we're going to do additive. Okay, I chose additive. Now as you can see I added it, which means it pretty much just added it to that background, the bottom layer, which is the clouds. And that's why you can see the clouds behind or in her or through her. She's part of that. Now we're going to now you see how she's light colored? You could tell she just doesn't look right. So what we're going to do to make her look right, to make that picture look right, is we're going to actually make a layer above the clouds but below her. And this is where your color is going to come in, because if you try to erase that bottom layer, then whatever your base color you're using, the truck itself for example, you'll just have that color blob. So you don't want to erase that layer. So you're going to take that layer and you're going to use a color. Get my little pen a little bigger. And we're going to leave it all the way down for right now, your hardness, so that you know how transparent how much of it comes out. So we're gonna leave that all the way on 0. And let's go with, well, okay, let's see what it does, for example, when you use like a lighter color, like light gray. Now, you see what it's doing? It's actually making her lighter. See? Now she's lighter. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to make her darker. And you really can't go no darker than black, so hang on, let me go back to that. Now we're gonna just go ahead and do black. There. Now, you see she's starting to get a little darker now. Actually, to tell you the truth, I can make that pin. I can make that pin size a whole lot bigger. That's better. You can even make the cross pop a little bit. Now you see the little clouds right here behind it. That's how you knew when you added it. Now there's no real certain way to do this. As you can see, I'm just kind of clicking. You can hold it down, but no, I like to click. That way you can fine tune it. I think it's a little bit too much. You see the black right there, so we can back that out. Okay, so that looks actually pretty cool. Still can see some of the clouds, but the clouds aren't through her no more. They're not cutting into her. All right. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna try this picture right here. The only reason I found this one to look was pretty cool was because this one had wings and it was black and white. So we're gonna go with that and try to incorporate it into the picture. Okay, now we're gonna put that one in there and we'll put her about right here. Let's see where the wings kind of. The wings will be where the moon is. You can also adjust the transparency through the same F4. That looks pretty good. So we're going to leave that there. And drag this layer down actually. Yeah, drag it down below her, below the top one. And make my little eraser a lot bigger. Okay. Oh, almost forgot. After you drag her down, we have to also do F4, and we're gonna have to do the same thing with that one, and it's additive. There. Now, as you can see, she's been added to the clouds now. See, she's all cloud. You can even see the clouds through her wings right here. And yeah, so she's been added to that background. Now we can go ahead now and start, if you want to, and that's erase some of these. Not all of them. Kind of blend them in, so maybe they go around that moon. It might look kind of cool. You can leave that alone to get the look you wanted. Okay. Now, one thing you'll notice too when you blend pictures together is there's a straight edge on every picture. There's going to be a square. Every picture is a square. So, and you see that line? There's a line here. That's one thing you do want to get rid of, and you're going to have to do use this erasing tool to get rid of those lines. Okay. Now, let's get rid of these lines through her. The same thing we did over here with her, same thing applies here. We're going to make a layer below her because since she's been, F4, you made her an additive layer just like that one. That means that anything below her is going to be added to her. So what we want to do is we want to add a color to her, but we don't need it that big. That might work. Okay. Now we're going to go, like I said, with another color. For example, let's do this. Okay, you can see this right here where it looks like, I guess it's the mountain in the background. It's going through her, yeah, through her legs. Well, let's get rid of that mountain so we can just see her. Now I'm going to go with a lighter color just like I did last time to show you what it's going to do. It doesn't look right, does it? See, it makes her glow. We don't want that, so naturally we got to go with the darkest color there is. So Does that look right? Looks right. Actually, it might be a little too dark. Let me try something. See, this is all about experimenting, just messing with things. Let's go with a really dark gray. Even dark gray is too light. So we're going to have to deal with the black. Alrighty. Now her wings, I don't want them being too dark because you see what happens when you make that. Although that could work. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go with a lighter color. You get exactly, see the clouds right there. That's exactly the case in point when you have additive. So let's take the gray. Now that works a whole lot better for her wings since it's a lighter color. That looks pretty good. Alright. Now what you're going to do now is you're going to copy her. Make sure you get all of her in the picture. Copy her. Make a new one. A new one that's that size. Paste her. Look. That's my mistake. I actually copied the wrong layer. Go up to her, make sure you have that layer, copy it, bring it over here, paste that, there you go. That one, copy it. I see they still got straight lines, but I didn't notice them in the deal. Same thing, you're gonna paste her, position her to where she's in the same spot as that one. It doesn't have to be perfect because if this was a hand-painted mural, you would find imperfections in it. Alright, that's close enough, right? Yeah, it's almost perfect. Now, same thing over here. Copy the shading level on this side over here. Just dawned on me too, there's another way to achieve that it just dawned on me. So position that to where, about right there. Yeah, the other way, except for having to copy her and then copy that color that's below her, is to just take the color first, drop it down like that, and then you would have been able to copy, drop her, and then copy, and it would have gave you the same result. So that's been done. There it is. Yeah. So now you can save it the way it is. Save it as a paint file with all your layers still open. That way you can always go back and maybe fix things, tweak things. And whenever you're ready to apply it to a skin, you just collapse it all. My bad. Sometimes I work so fast that I don't even, like, having to explain it and do it is a whole different ball game. Anyway, start from the bottom and merge them down. So merge that one down, then go up one, merge that down, go to the next one, merge it down, and so on and so forth. There. Now you have one whole picture that you can now place on a skin, and naturally, you know that it would be positioned to where this is the back, dead center of the back of the truck, and this would be the sides, and you can shrink this to get it where you need it to be. Yeah. So, okay, with that being said, this was what I do on blending. I hope it helps. Till the next video, good luck. Make them amazing skins.